Yo, welcome to another episode of Otaku Rated, where we talk about everything. This is episode 17. Today I'm joined by Justin,
It's me.
David, and this is your host, Andrew. Today's topic is something I guess we'll call off topic in turn.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That should be our fucking name.
Yeah, too bad it's taken.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck, dude. I remember looking this up too.
So today we're just gonna go everywhere. We're gonna be talking about everything. And I'm gonna just start it off with that's what we introed ourselves at the very beginning.
Did
We're
from
Otaku
the
Rated.
start.
We talk about everything.
Yeah.
So on today's episode, we're just gonna talk about anything, everything.
Pretty much cover a lot about anime stuff already, so it kind of be really awesome.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little burnt on anime. We
Burnt on anime. Well, this season's pretty whack, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not that good. Even the best animes from this season. I mean, when we say that, I mean like the new stuff. I don't mean like ongoing stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I mean
yeah.
The new stuff. So yeah, like a lot of the new stuff, aren't like the best of the new stuff is just kind of decently good.
It's not
That's it. Yeah.
I'm watch every week.
It sounds like it's remake.
I know remake is.
I
definitely
hear a
up
lot
there
about it. Yeah.
in the ratings for the new anime.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have some people here who are pretty passionate about that. Yeah. So
Talk about Sia.
talking about Sue.
So
Sue loves
Yep.
it, man.
Yep. So for anime, I don't think you guys have really watched much from the new season, right?
no.
Too busy with other stuff.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
been, as you guys, I've been on Shadowlands because the
Shadowlands.
new patch just came out, so we're raiding in there. And I've been sick, so I haven't really been doing much.
Yeah. I mean, since we're on that topic, because we weren't going to be talking about anime anyways in the first place. Sorry, but
Sorry, guys.
oh no, we're becoming.
Tune out of this episode. No, I was just kidding. Continue to watch, please.
So I guess if we're on that topic of World of Warcraft, what do you think of? Because on our previous episode, we were talking about video games. We talked a lot about Final Fantasy 14. What do you think about? What are your thoughts on World of Warcraft, and what are your thoughts on Final Fantasy 14?
That's good. This could be a whole episode by itself.
It could be,
But
I guess if Sue was here, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
David, yeah.
Personally, I played when we played. That was back in Kata. But I didn't play much because I sidetracked hardcore and I was trying to get time Proto Drake. So I spent like a majority of my time doing that
Yep.
instead of getting to max level and playing with you guys,
Yep.
which I should have done because you guys
okay.
had the best stories, dude. It was so
Honestly,
funny.
most of our time playing together was just like PvP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like
we didn't really do any PvE content together
Yeah,
at max
yeah,
level,
yeah.
but we're PvPing, which you can honestly PvP at like different levels, but still.
yeah, but still, it was like that's the thing that I should have done with you guys, but instead I was like, oh, I wanna.
Yeah, that's true.
I was mount chasing. I was trying to collect
we're
them
waiting
all.
for you to hit max level. We did go do like old raids, which was pretty funny.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Our guild leader at the time got lost. It was so funny.
Or
yeah.
You
yeah.
get lost in the rain.
Yeah. And
dude,
it's
you do though.
it's really big, the stages, but then like it's old content they've done multiple times, so that's why it's funny. But then they're like, oh yeah, it makes sense that like he got lost in here or something. So
Yeah,
like we were
yeah.
following him at first, and then he's like, yeah, I know where I'm going, and all of a sudden like we're going in circles, and I'm like, he doesn't know where he's going. and then I followed
Yes,
somebody
yes.
else who I respected in that guild because he's a pretty good player. And then I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure he knows where he's going, and we
Yeah.
followed him, and we're like, okay, we're in the right place. Yeah.
Sounds like Yak.
Yep.
It is. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured.
Yep.
Dude, he was the talk of the town in the guild, man.
Him and wasn't it the brother of the guild leader or whatever, or it's not the brother? Or
No,
the-
cause I found out recently he finally got his brother to play recently.
Oh, yeah.
So
not the brother. It was Henry's the guild leader. But
Mhm.
then remember the other one where what did he play? Was it warrior or paladin or? Remember what I'm talking about?
I feel like I might have been a pally.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name too, but you know who I'm talking about, though,
because
yeah.
all Joe talked about was Yak.
Yeah.
All Joe talked about was Yak and
Yeah.
how he was his
Yak.
pocket healer.
Yep.
And
What you mean? Joe forces him to be his pocket
yeah,
healer?
true.
Yeah.
But dude, Joe was a
But that dude's a beast, shadow priest though.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like you said, for Cataclysm, that is when I played most because I didn't play in vanilla WoW, and I remember I did get TBC. I did get Burning Crusades, but I didn't get far at all. Like I didn't even get max level. I just played it for like a couple days. I didn't have anyone to play with. I'm pretty sure if I had people to play with, I would have stuck with it. But then I literally just got it myself, and I wasn't really connected with like other people who would play it.
Yeah.
Like Sue or something.
Yeah.
So I quit playing Burning Crusades, but then I played Cataclysm because like Joe was playing it. So your cousin, and that was a lot of fun. Even though we didn't do end game raid content, and I know that's where a lot of fun can be had. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like end game raid content in MMOs, and I've actually never really done it for like any MMO I played, because like the only other MMOs I played while growing up, if you count them, like RuneScape.
It counts. I mean, they don't have raids, but
they don't really have like crazy PvE team raid content.
They just have crazy PvP shit.
Yeah, it's really PvP centric. I know they did add like PvE stuff, but that was kind of when I quit.
It was not PvP centric, dude. Then, that shit was like, hey, come here.
Yeah. It was scam central.
Yeah, there you go.
Those damn scams.
You know why? Because I was that guy.
What, they got scammed?
Yeah, dude. The dude was like, hey, dude, you want? Let me take you something real good. I could do stuff.
Don't
for
worry,
you.
Justin.
I followed him. Whack! I was like, dude.
All those people were like, hey, let's trade. I give them like $1 million gold. Take that shit out. 100 gold.
No.
Exit. Log out.
No. Okay. Yeah. Those people, I already knew those people scammed me from the beginning. So that's why I never followed people to like the Wildy or whatever. I was like, nope. I already know you're scamming me. But yeah, that happened to me. And after that, I was so mad. I'm like, I'm scamming people. And I started doing that to other people.
Oh, really? Holy.
That happened to me
I was
too.
like, he traded me stuff. I was like, I was selling something to him, and then at the last second they just swap out to from like the actual gold they're supposed to give you to like the same number, but like they take out most of the zeros, so you only get a really small portion. And that happened to me, and I was like, no way, dude. And that's why I was like, man, I gotta make sure they hit accept first, and then make sure you gotta like double, triple check everything is a-okay on their side. Then you click accept, and then after you double check again that everything's right, you hit confirm.
Yeah. There also been ways where like you do the opposite way too, like where they give you the gold and you swap out the item really quick, and then you press accept and they you get all the gold, you get like a jank ass item and shit.
Yep.
How do we know this shit?
After that happened to me, I was like, nope. This ain't right. I'm doing the same shit to other people.
That's sad, dude.
I was mad, but that was when I was a kid. I wouldn't do that anymore now. I hate scammers.
I mean, it depends. No,
it
depends.
I mean, if you're still scamming people, that's cool, man.
No, David's one of those guys.
I'm not gonna take you off my friends list just because.
Oh no, we're over. We're over.
Friendship is over.
Yeah. Well, I can get you gold though.
The most I'll ever treat you is what's the lowest item on the dollar menu at McDonald's. That's not. I'll get you less than.
Ice cream tastes pretty good though. Well, that's like $1.
At least it's not a cheeseburger. Yeah. I'll pay you an ice cream, not a cheeseburger.
It's alright. I still get an ice cream cone.
Yeah. All right.
That's not even $1, but that's like
$1.29. One thing I like about 14 is the story. That's really.
Everyone always says the story.
I was kind of sad that no one was as participant in the story as I was, but that's the main thing that dragged me in was because of like I said, like I told you guys, when I played 14, it wouldn't feel like an MMO. It literally felt like I was playing another Final Fantasy game.
It is built like that. Yep.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I loved about it. In terms of combat, it's pretty smooth. I like WoW's better because, dude, it's
WoW like global cooldown too. They don't have that.
It is global cooldown, but it's like
lesser cooldown.
Yeah. So what happens is
isn't it WoW's like on a 1 or no?
It's technically yeah, but it's like so 14 it's like 2.5 right before it comes around.
Yep, it's 2.5.
You could put in a couple different OGCDs into one global cooldown versus WoW. If you press one cooldown that is not like actiony, so let's say a buff, right? You'd press that and then it speeds up the global cooldown so that you could get back into your rotation faster.
Because it's not actual attack.
Yeah, because you're not basing your stuff around the server global cooldown. It's kind of based off of your whenever you start your rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I like about it. It's a lot smoother. It feels more action packed. 14 I do like though because it's slow like that. It doesn't hurt my fingers as much. I'm not spamming my fingers and like I've literally had pain in the muscle areas in those ligaments because I'm like literally pressing.
You need some spare fingers.
I don't need whatever. But I do. So I guess I would say I like WoW combat better, but I like the story of 14 better. But the action isn't far behind in 14 either though. So in terms of like endgame content, it's hard to say. I actually like both because I find them both difficult. I think WoW's just a little ahead because you have more freedom of movement in WoW versus 14. It's a dance. It's choreographed and everything's preset what you have to do. Oh, you're talking about
like the raids or?
Yeah, because you remember in our raid with Ramu, we had to assign people certain positions. So everyone would be assigned a certain position. If you mess up that position, then you would screw up the whole raid, right?
It's like a wipe.
Yeah. So in versus WoW, if one person dies, you can still continue on, and then you can still clear the boss.
Yeah. That's that's the one thing I hate about 14 the most is just the hard wipe are just way too hard wipe. One person dies, pretty much just...
it's a wipe.
Yeah. You gotta restart the whole raid.
Unless you can res them quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's the thing about 14 though. You can constantly res, but it takes a crap load of mana. That's the only issue.
But then, like I've always viewed it because honestly, I've never really got to endgame WoW content. I never did those raids or anything. I watched a lot of them, and they do look fun, and they do look really challenging. But then, honestly, I really do need to just experience that myself so I can have my own personal opinion of it. Because I watch so many videos now. Because like now there's that, like so many people jumping off of WoW to play other games, and one of the biggest benefactors to this is Final Fantasy 14, where now they've actually, if you look on Google Trends for the first time ever, they've surpassed WoW. WoW's actually dipping down, and Final Fantasy for the first time ever surpassed them on Google Trends. Yeah, and that's never ever happened before.
Yep, and I've said this too. It's sad that I don't have that experience where I stuck with the game long enough to where it's like, this game's just not for me anymore. I love it, but it's like it sucks now. Yeah, for me,
because you haven't played WoW like that much.
And people keep talking about how good old WoW is, and for me, it's like I said, I wish I had that experience, but for me, because I'm like semi new to it, it's fresh content for me, and I think it's fun.
But I mean, honestly, even people who haven't played World of Warcraft for a super long time are complaining about it. Like the biggest complaints I've seen about it is that is basically World of Warcraft is a super grindy game. Like it feels like you're forced to do daily stuff if you want to keep up with it. If you want to like get to end game and keep up with everything, you got to do daily stuff. You got to farm some kind of currency. You got to do that every day, and then you do all of that. You turn it all in. You get like whatever. I don't know if it's skills or gear or whatever. And then at the end of the patch, the next pack comes out. You got to do that all over again. It invalidates what you just did the whole patch before.
That.
And they've done that every patch for a long time.
That's true. And
they're just like, why did I just grind this whole patch for the next patch to invalidate what I just grinded every single day?
I guess so. Yeah, because I thought it was the same thing with 14, but now that I think about it, you're just grinding up to the most current gear, right?
14 is not even like 14 is super easy to get. Once I saw like how they explained it, they're like, in 14, there's multiple ways to get your gear. First of all, to get your like how you could just do that like the ruby whatever to get what was that weapon called?
It was
story weapon, right?
Ultima weapon
or no?
I know what you're talking about.
I mean, like, there's ways to get that. Then you can do like roulettes to get like your other gear, and then that'll get you geared enough to get into the end game raids. And then you can and then that's when you have to do the end game raids to get the top gear.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. I was gonna say Final Fantasy is the easiest game I played that just gives you the armor as you go on.
Like it wasn't it was like for me, I felt like I didn't have to spend that much time in Final Fantasy to like get end game.
To get geared up for end games. Like what?
And I didn't have to like pray for RNG to get better gear. Like you either got your thing or you just grinded enough tokens and then you're for however many weeks and you're guaranteed to get your high end gear.
I guess so.
Like the turning in tokens and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it was like
super easy.
Are you talking about like the leg tokens and the chest tokens?
Yeah. You get that stuff and then you just bam, you're guaranteed you're like
that's true because
level,
if you run with the same group over and over, you'll be like, hey, I want this piece. I'm like, okay, I'll just give it to you, and then you'll get it.
Or I mean, there's that.
Well, there's that, but that's the only way I know because that's the only thing I was focused on.
Yeah.
Like the other parts, I don't really remember much. I know you could get like the same equal level gear, but like for me, I wanted like best in slot, and that's the only thing I focused on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then the good thing you can do in WoW is just like at least you can do like kind of different builds or whatever, like experiment with that.
Oh yeah.
Like Final Fantasy is very streamlined. It's kind of just like
it's like crazy.
You already know what your best stat is. It's just this stat. You just get this stat. You stack the stat, and you're good.
No, that's that.
But honestly,
like the good part about it too.
You can kind of experiment, but then
you're not gonna get the best.
There's already like on like Discord where what was that? I forgot
the balance.
Yeah, balance where literally they calculate it out and it's like, all right, if you just follow that, you're pretty much guaranteed the highest DPS you can.
Yeah. And it was pretty big.
Yeah.
The difference between the different stat weights is really huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why you just already knew you didn't really want to go too much in the other stuff.
Yeah. I think the only classes that I remember you could really swap out with is probably Samurai and Black Mage that I know so far. Because you could go spell speed or crit with either class. Versus every other class that I've seen so far is like just mainly just crit.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, but I'm playing a tank. Do I need health? No, crit, bro. Yeah. Just crit.
Yeah. Was it like tanks? Like tanks and healers in that game actually have to
DPS?
Like, I mean, you have to do that in a WoW too. But then like, I don't know, like in Final Fantasy.
In WoW, it's more like as a tank and a healer, you're more lenient on DPS.
I feel like it is like that. In Final Fantasy, you do have to DPS as a tank and a healer. You actually
they want you to hit a certain DPS.
Yeah, you need to hit a certain threshold for.
Well, you can have one person just like beat stick it, but at the same time, it's like.
Yeah, only if they've already been. Only if they're like max eye level and like doing really high DPS, they could carry you hard.
Because the raids in 14 is like.
Hardened rage.
Hardened rage. But like when it comes to tanking, it's like you have the boss, and in order for the other tank to get it, they literally have to taunt. And what you're doing in the meantime, what are you doing? It's like you have to do your rotation. Like nothing else for you to do as a tank. From what I've seen, so it's like.
Yeah, it's just basically just tank swapping, positioning correctly, so you don't get hit by certain stuff you don't need to get hit by, so you like taking more damage than you need to.
Yeah.
Because there's those attacks where they just sweep or whatever, and you're like, okay, I can dodge this, so you just move step to the side and come back, step in.
Yeah.
Pretty much that. I mean, I feel like in healing, honestly, in there, it's not that hard either, as long as people know what they're doing. Because you just throw some like AoE heals, and then you just DPS the boss, and then when the tank gets really low, you throw one big heal, and then repeat DPS boss.
Yeah, because I feel like
you only need to. Because if your DPS basically will only get hit by the guaranteed raid wide AoE, and that's when you're like, all right, throw one AoE heal, all right, we're good.
And
as long as they don't get hit by something they're not supposed to get hit by, then
they'll be fine.
Yeah, then we'll be fine. Just DPS
which happened a lot.
But when you're progging though, and you got a bunch of brand new players to the game, then they're gonna get hit by a lot of stuff. Yeah, and that's when it's a struggle.
Fall off the stage.
Yep. It's like, oh man, okay.
Yeah.
But
just fall off stage.
It's pretty interesting. Like I said, I can't I don't want to sound biased or whatever because I didn't even play WoW myself. But like I watched so many videos now where it's just like tons of video. Like the big WoW players are like pretty much just like at this point kind of just like bashing on WoW now. Like and like so like I'm just seeing it from their point of view and they're just explaining all the different reasons why they don't like it now. Like and I see it and I'm like, I mean I don't know, if like you guys agree with that, but for me
I don't know,
you guys just have to go watch the videos, like because I don't think you've seen them yet. But
for me, I feel like in terms of gear, I'm not really farming for it either. So I'm not really pushing my gear. If we're excluding that, I think it's a fun game.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's
like I said, the one thing that like they said is they're still really, really great at designing like raid. What is it like? Raid mechanics and stuff like that, and dungeon mechanics. They're really great at that, but everything else they've done a really bad job of.
I guess so,
yeah. Like they're still better than any other game MMO at doing raids and dungeons and mechanics and stuff like that. They're better than any MMO, but everything else is bad.
It's hitting me now, and I know exactly what they're talking about. Yeah, because right now I have to. Okay, so right now you have to grind. They brought in a new like reputation gainer thingy that you have to reach, and it's a pain in the butt because
reputation gainer.
It's like it's almost like it's a new group that you have to gain reputation for, right?
Remember in Final Fantasy, did you ever remember have to do
like the beast?
But then
beast
those weren't required. Those were just like
optional.
You want to do it.
But then but then like wow, like you have to do that to like what was it like advance or get gear or whatever.
It helps you improve your gear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Past a certain point. Right now it's at 220. That's enough to do like. That's enough to do like get you into heroics.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah.
Normal you could do current like 210, 213. That's kind of what it's at. But it's like really pushing it. I think 220 is where it's at, where you want to be for like normal. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Assume I think different.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting is that like I said, I always thought the end of Final Fantasy was Savage, the stuff we were doing.
Yeah.
I thought that was the end of.
Is it not?
No, it's. I mean, in terms of difficulty, it's not. Remember, I asked Peter. I was like, "Yo, so what about Alexander?" And he's like, "You don't gotta do that." So I was like, "That stuff must be not that like super difficult or something." And I remember watching this ex-pro LOL streamer playing doing Alexander, and I'm like, this looks so cool. And they spent 8 hours at it and never beat it. And I'm like, I mean, dude, these are like ex-LOL pro players, and I know their mechanics are really good. How come they can't beat this? And then I never really looked it up, but then I finally saw a video explaining, like, basically there's this video of this dude who basically said, why I quit. Why I quit? Yeah, I know. Like I said, listen. Recently, there's been a lot of bashing on World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And this dude basically released a video. Is like why I quit Mythic rating for Final Fantasy 14 Ultimates. And that's when I was like, and then he was like, yeah, Final Fantasy 14 Ultimates are harder than Mythic rating.
Holy crap!
And I was like, oh, that's why when like you know Zeppla, the content creator, she's explained before where a very extremely small amount of percent of people have completed Ultimates in Final Fantasy 14. And that's when I went and looked it up, and I'm like, oh, ultimate. Like when I was watching like that guy's video, not now we moved back to that guy that was explaining why, and he was like, yeah, like how you're explaining fights in Final Fantasy is where it's like a dance.
Yeah.
It's like an extremely hard dance, so it's still like that. It's an extremely hard dance, and it's only 8 people. But if one person messes up, it's a wipe, and it's basically 8 people have to do a perfect dance for 18 minutes
and perfect rotation.
Yeah. Yep. And
oh my god,
that's the hard part. Yeah. Oh, he didn't say that, but it was actually Asmongold who said that. He recognized it. He was like, oh, so not only do you have to do the perfect dance, you also have to do your perfect rotation. He actually is the one who said that, even though he had no idea. He's like, yeah, that sounds really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost a given, because if you're going to complete it, you have to know your rotation.
Yeah.
That's like, you have to know ins and outs, and you have to know how to recover from
it's hard, because even if you know your perfect rotation, you will mess up like somewhere within your rotation. And you're like, oh shit. Then you gotta refill it in somehow and then restart the rotation. And it's like, if it's that hard, I feel like one mess up in that kind of thing, and just in your rotation in general will mess everything up.
Yeah, that's why I was like, for sure, like if we're talking about like end game, like hard content like that, that's why it's like definitely for a casual player, I can see why it's more of a struggle for that. And then like that's why like I totally understand for you, because like you got your job and stuff, like you're busy.
It was so like every time I started a new MMO, I got a new job. And then I quit. I had to quit the MMO.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I'm so pissed.
Well, I was also for David, because like he didn't play Final Fantasy as much as like, for example, I did, because because you know at the time COVID hit, that's why we started playing Final Fantasy, and then so I could spend all day every day no lifing that, but then you still had to work. Like your job is not at home, and so for me, I no life that game, and then so I was able to like fully dedicate myself to rotations, mastering the rotation. Just like it became like rotations to like for like when I switched to like summoner, because like summoner, I'm a meta slave, so I just play whatever's. I think there's a video I saw where it's like, what class do you play? Is like top DPS.
Oh yeah.
I play top DPS. That's basically me. so I was like, oh, summoner's at the top. I'm gonna play summoner, and then I played summoner, and then I was just like, oh, the rotation's not that hard, and then I just like learned the rotation, and like it was like super like instinctive for me, like as in like even you know what I mean. It's just you don't really think about the rotation anymore. Instead, I'm just thinking about the mechanics of the fight now. So what like. But that takes time and practice, which like for like David, he didn't have that down because he didn't spend as much time as like we did playing it. So he's worrying. Well, that's why we thrusted him into those savage raids, and he's still like hasn't like, fully.
I think it was right when I got to savage raids. Right when I started learning my routine, I was like, damn,
he was learning his rotations, and we already thrusted him into savage.
The funny thing too is he was playing paladin, and paladin I heard actually does have one of the hardest rotations.
Yeah, for the rotation is because they switch between magic and physical. I think honestly, like I said, I've played all the classes, and I think the easiest rotation to me,
I would say it's Gunbreaker, dude.
Gunbreaker's pretty easy. I don't know. I feel like Warrior's pretty easy too. Gunbreaker's
Warrior is easy.
Yeah. I basically think Dark Knights, Gunblade, and Warriors are pretty close to each other, but Paladin definitely.
Come on, Dancer's the easiest.
Sue said Dark Knight, but the thing with Dark Knight is that their cooldowns suck.
Yeah, but in terms of DPS rotation, it's really simple.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But their cooldowns suck.
I think the one thing I hate about Final Fantasy 2 is as far as when you play Paladin and you do the shield throw, I always hate how like if you're not close enough, he'll run up to the dude and throw it until he's like within range, and I was like, why you running? Just don't run. Like I literally have to manually press the back button for him to not run, which is really weird because every time I threw the shield and I'm not in range, he'll kind of walk towards the dude. Yeah, he does that for me. Suzo's admiring though. Yes, he does. I don't know why, but when Paladin does that. It must be the settings I have it at, because every time I do the shield throw, I'm not close enough. My dude will turn around and run towards him and then throw the shield.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's because you have the option to, whenever you cast a skill, you'll face them, and then that's the reason why. It happens to me on the with my
Black
Mage too.
But I remember you talking about that.
But the thing I do is I wiggle my screen so that he's constantly. Because when you move and you right click and you move it'll go straight, but because I'm doing that, my character will face do the quick spell, and then he'll just continue running forward. So he'll still face, but because I'm moving him constantly, he'll move that way.
Yeah, so like I said, I watched a lot of those videos, and I don't really know because I've never experienced WoW to that level of extent. Yeah. But I'm kind of curious to see your guys' opinions on all these videos. And I only watched them because literally the same thing where Asmongold watched these videos too, and he gave his reactions on it. And then I watched all of them, and I was like, wow, like this does seem like I do kind of understand why a lot of people are like kind of sick and tired of like or the direction where WoW was going, and then and then I saw all these videos where it's like why we like Final Fantasy 14, and then it's like, I mean, like it's like it does have like I did definitely experience this in WoW, where basically the environment is more toxic in terms of you don't meet the cut. Like if you don't meet this, we cut you. And it's like that because of the way the game is kind of like designed, like, and also the story of the game. And that's like something, once again, Asmongold said that he felt like when you go on World of Warcraft and you play the story, everything's all about like retribution and punishment. And then if you go through Final Fantasy, it's all about redemption and second chances. And that's why the player base, when they see the story, they're more forgiving when they get to the like raids or whatever. But then in World of Warcraft, when they see that story and they get to a raid, they're just like, no, you're out. Like, I think it's also a cultural thing too, obviously, because I think like,
well, I mean, over here, I don't know if it's. Because is Blizzard an EU thing or is it an NA?
It's an NA thing.
Okay. Because
that's why I was like, it's cultural too.
Yeah, because I was like, over here, the way that our culture work is kind of...
Yeah, it's like that.
It's toxic.
You gotta be at a certain point.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. We have so much cancel culture here.
Yeah.
Versus the whole world.
Yeah.
I'm literally saying the whole world, dude. It's crazy.
That's definitely true. But then I was gonna say the other thing is like in World of Warcraft, the way their system's built is like, the reason why it breeds that is because it's like, yo, I don't want to lose my mythic key because you suck like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's like systems like that built into WoW.
Yeah,
so
where it's like
something?
Yeah, like
so you have to time keys, right? If you and they get harder as they go up, right? If it's a level 2 key, you're more lenient because it's like you have a lot of time, and you don't need too much of a.
So how do you know how do you
too much
lose
gear? You don't time it. You degrade your key.
So it's like So basically, to enter into like a high level mythic, you have to use your key.
You have to use your own key. Yeah.
And then
and you do want to. It's like a race. You want to get first place, right? It's kind of it's not even like it's like
these systems are like there's pros and cons to them. Like it's cool because if you do complete this stuff, it feels really rewarding and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's also breeds toxicity.
Yeah.
It's that type of system.
Because it's like let's say you have something to do in 5 minutes, right? You have a team that you have to do in 5 minutes. If you complete it within the 5 minutes, you're good, right? You feel good about it. If you don't complete in the 5 minutes, who do you blame?
Okay.
Yeah, especially if you definitely felt like you did your part, like you didn't mess up, but then someone else clearly messed up. Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like I'm a good player. I've seen my numbers and I think I'm good. The only issue is because of my class, people don't want to take me.
That's a problem with WoW too. It's like
they want to take.
Yeah. If you're the wrong class or wrong spec, they're like nope. They don't even give you a chance.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of okay. Yeah, Final Fantasy is a little bit more. It's not.
Final Fantasies, their DPS is like really similar, so it doesn't matter which class you play.
Yeah.
I've seen Peter DPS on my Paladin. He did mad damage.
Yeah, he did like more than because
this dude knows how to play.
Peter's played the game more than all of us combined.
Yeah.
So obviously he's got his rotation down.
Yeah.
Like instinctively, like I said. So the only thing he has to, and he's even got the mechanics down instinctively.
Yeah,
So once you hit that point,
he's also he's played so much of the game where like I think for him the mechanics feel real similar. And they introduced you that in the beginning of the game too.
Yeah, that's actually something nice about Final Fantasy. Is actually 14.
Yeah. From the beginning, they introduce you every single mechanic.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally every single mechanic.
Like each what are they called? Trials, right? Trials, and then they build you up. They introduce you mechanics slowly.
Yeah.
And they basically teach you like, yo, when this circle comes up or when this icon comes up, stack or like stuff like that. It's like it teaches you that, and then it all comes together near the end. Like once you start doing end game stuff, like all the different stuff happens, but you know what each one means. Damn. So that's something that's like pretty cool. I've actually seen people talk about that too. And then but then World of Warcraft, you just got what was it, raid warnings and like stuff
but they do end up being basically the same thing too. Like there's a couple things where they're starting to do because we played 14. There's some mechanics that kind of I saw in WoW that's like, oh wow, this is a stack. Stack.
I mean, there's always gonna be
I
mean, look, at the beginning, Final Fantasy was doing bad, right? Before Realm Reborn 1.0, it was terrible, and then Yoshi P came in, blew everything up, and then like I don't know if you know this, I think you do. Maybe I've said it before, but he said, okay, before we make the next Realm Reborn, pretty much, he's like, we're all gonna go play World of Warcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that. He was like, we have to go play World of Warcraft, figure out what they're doing, and kind of emulate that. And so that's why it's kind of like that, because when you want to be the best, you got to look at who's the current best and kind of be like, how did they get there? What are they good at? Can I emulate that? If I can't emulate that, then that means you got to go do your own thing. But this is just video games. You can definitely emulate.
Video for games, sure. Yeah. It's not like jumping 3 feet tall.
Exactly.
High.
It's not like that. Exactly. You get where I'm going with it. Or are you gonna say something, David?
No. I forgot what I was gonna say. It's too late.
Sorry.
I was gonna say Asmongold.
I gotta send you like all the videos.
That, dude. I actually really like
because like I said, he actually agreed with like a lot of the stuff where it's like, yeah, like this is the reason why this is bad in this system and WoW or whatever. And then now for the Final Fantasy stuff he watched, he's like, okay, I can't agree with that, but I can understand. Like I can try to understand it, and then I'll have to go through it myself to see if I truly agree with that.
Yeah.
So now he's going through it, and then yeah, it was funny because the other day I forgot, even though I should have known because I've been watching all of it. Because Sue kind of asked me like, "Oh wait, why isn't this fight super easy?" But then I was like, "Oh yeah, it was just the Ultima fight in level 50."
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, it's super easy." But then I forgot. I was like, "Oh yeah, he's playing with other new people, and his minimum eye level required."
Oh yeah.
So they're literally going through it like as if it's the first time, like as way back then when it first came out.
I wish I had that experience.
Yeah, we didn't have that experience
because everybody knew the fight.
Yeah. Everybody else knew the fight.
Everybody else knew the fight.
Yeah, when I first did it, I was like, I don't know what's going on, but if I just follow people and we're out gear it, then we win, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And that's what happened in my first run through. But I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna watch the okay. So what happened was I watched the first cutscene. Right, everyone was gone, and I was like, where do I go?
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna run around. Next cutscene came out. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch cutscenes.
Yeah.
And then.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. And then I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, like they were actually wiping on these fights. And stuff. I was like, oh yeah, first of all,
really?
yeah, they're wiping.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
yeah.
Like I said, they're actually new to the game, so they don't know the mechanics. They're at minimum eye level, so everything is actually hard. Like they're actually getting hit hard. They don't do like tons of damage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, that's why they're wiping a lot. And then I don't know. He's actually having a lot of fun playing the game, and I was like,
that's what I do like about every time I've seen him, even his videos, he's having so much fun.
People always meme about it. They're like, when he's playing World of Warcraft, he's just angry all the time. When he's playing Final Fantasy 14, he's just like having a good time.
Yeah.
And then like before he played Final Fantasy 14, he did not want to play it because he was like, he's like. Not like I'm not saying he's like against weeb culture, but then it's just like he was like, oh man, like they got cat girls in there. I'm not into furry,
which is funny because he's for bunny girls now.
After he played Final Fantasy 14, he's like, Ishtola is best girl.
Yes,
Ishtola's best girl.
I agree, 100%.
Ishtola is not best girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then he was like, now he's like all for him. I was like, oh man, that's so troll.
He only a little bit to be pushed into the weeb culture.
Yeah, but then like I said, it was just a really interesting experience for me. Like I watched like some Asmongold before this, but then I watched them a lot more recently just because I was interested to see pretty much that like he said himself, don't get it wrong, he's not quitting World of Warcraft. He's gonna play World of Warcraft to like the bitter end, no matter what.
Yeah.
Until the very end of World of Warcraft.
I think he's still even playing
Yeah, TBC.
Yeah, TBC.
Yeah, he plays both. Yeah. TBC.
What's TBC?
It's the old World of Warcraft
second expansion.
Yeah. So World of Warcraft had World of Warcraft Classic. You've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they relaunched the original game, but then it's just kind of like they made some modifications.
So it's not even part. Also, it's not even part of the same. It's not like
technically.
It's like if they, how they release so many expansions now. It's like if Final Fantasy re-released A Realm Reborn.
No.
Yeah, and they asked Yoshi P that, and he had the same reaction. He laughed at it. He was like, no. But but you get it, right? Because they've in World of Warcraft they have so many expansions now, and they basically just re-released the first thing again, and then they're kind of following that. But then people are kind of like, wait, where is it gonna end? Wrath of the Lich King, maybe? I think that's kind of where a lot of people are saying. Yeah.
I would end it at Wrath.
Yeah,
because from what I heard, Wrath was okay.
Wrath was bomb.
Wrath was bomb,
as what I heard from a lot of people too. But I was so interested once Asmongold was watching a video of something talking about it. Was another World of Warcraft player who quit WoW and went to Final Fantasy 14, and he was like, my favorite expansion was the Burning Crusade, and Asmongold was like, this guy's smart.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, I wonder why, because I don't know the exact reason why. Because like I said, I didn't really play much around that era. And then like Asmongold was explaining how like that's also his favorite expansion or whatever.
Interesting.
And then so I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Because like I said, I've definitely heard amazing things about Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah. Yep. ICC. Yeah. That's all I heard about. Seriously.
But for the Burning Crusade, as in, because they have, so basically for for World of Warcraft, they have two games going on at the same time.
Yeah.
They got the most updated one, and then they also have like the old one again.
Which I find that kind of weird because I remember when you guys were talking.
Yeah. Remember like Twix and Hoochie got into it. Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like they was just gonna be like reboot and reconnect the games together. Like
no.
It was just
It's a nostalgia.
Yeah,
thing.
it's a separate thing. But hardcore players play both.
Play both.
Kinda.
Goddamn.
I think it's an interesting move on Blizzard, but I don't think it's a good one.
It's just kind of like rebooting a movie at that point. Rebooting a very good movie.
But then also is like there's gonna be a end point, like I said. Like I don't think they can go past Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah.
And once it ends at Wrath of the Lich King, what do you have left to do in the game? Kind of like that.
Yeah. That's.
But
wait, do you have to pay?
Yeah, it's separate too.
Yeah, you have to pay. You have to pay monthly. For
people really hate. You heard about that? What about TBC though? Oh, it's the same sub. Yeah, but you know about TBC though? It was like the character boost or whatever. Or like I never really looked into depth, but people really hated that.
The character boost or the transfer? Is that what you're talking about?
It was both.
Yeah.
Like it was like you had a transfer and boost or whatever like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing was I think the idiotic thing was putting the transfer in the first place.
Yeah. Yep.
Because now it's like that really invalidates all the work you put in Classic.
Yeah. That I was like, that's what like I said. I don't know exactly the in-depth reason why, but I do know a lot of people were mad at that.
Yeah.
I only had to assume that was the reason. I didn't know if that was truly the reason, because like I said, I didn't fully understand it because I didn't play it myself. Yeah. But then the cool thing that I think, like I was like Asmongold said this was like basically they worked off of each other though. Classic / now the Burning Crusade and current WoW, which is Shadowlands, where basically like Shadowlands patch would come, or like let's not meme on Shadowlands because technically only one patch has come out, but like current WoW would come out with a patch, right? And then you kind of done all the content there, and then a new patch for classic WoW would come out, and then that gives you stuff to do now in the other WoW. Yeah. And then once you're kind of done with all the content there, then it goes back to the current WoW gets patched. And then you kind of swap back and forth between the game, and the timelines match each other. You know what I mean? Like they don't release new content for classic and the current one at the same exact time. Like it you just kind of go back and forth like that. And I was like, that's a pretty good, smart decision actually. Like for that's what actually kept people like that was what enabled them to play both at the same time.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I don't like it though because then you're like grinding in 2 games, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I mean, like I said, from what I heard, like for current WoW, like it felt like you had to grind every day in it, or otherwise you fell behind.
Yeah, but that's also like that's for people who are like, yeah, WoW is my game, and like I'm not playing another game.
Yeah, like I said, but then like there's games where like you feel like you gotta spend all your free time playing it. Yeah. Versus games where it's like, it's okay if you only play 1 hour a day, or it's okay if you just take breaks from this game and come back later.
Yeah, I don't feel that with WoW at all.
Where
absolutely.
What do you mean? Where you can take breaks?
No, where you gotta play grind, it every day,
dude. Oh, I was like, from what I heard, a lot of people feel like it's like that, and that's what burns them out.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
And then because like I said, it just like depends on the player you are. Like at least your philosophy, kind of like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then for World of Warcraft, they encourage, like even the creators themselves encourage you to take breaks from their game and play other games, and then come back later when there's new content. Yeah, they've said it themselves.
I guess so. Yeah. Not from Asmongold's videos, because like
you actually take breaks.
No, he said he's seen the interview where
where they're like take breaks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And he reacted on that. Yeah.
No, there's that incident with the Blizz lead.
Yeah, but that's Blizzard. I'm talking about Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, 14?
Yeah.
14 okay, 14.
Not Blizzard. Okay. Blizzard's the opposite.
Yeah,
they would tell you, no, you gotta
play our game.
No, Blizzard's be like, oh yeah, you can take breaks, but we're still gonna be releasing shit though.
No, Blizzard's like, you can take breaks, but you're not gonna catch up, bro.
Yeah.
You take a 5-day break, nah, you ain't coming back. You gotta make a new character.
Honestly though, it doesn't really make a difference because once you get back into the grind, God, I thought my mic was gonna fall. But like once you're back in the grind, you're really like back into it.
Yeah, you're back into it.
It's not in like with 14. The thing I like about it is that the community's really nice.
Like I said,
there's not a moment.
Generally, most of them. Obviously, there's always gonna be bad eggs in there, but Yeah, most of the communities definitely is.
Yeah,
is
every interaction I've had so far in 14 is like, hey, dude, you did a good job. We cleared this dungeon. Let's do it. Get a recommendation.
Yeah, it's like when people fail at like mechanics and raids and stuff, like people don't like start like calling them out and like like this is your fault. Like stop messing up or we're gonna like kick you.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, you know, that doesn't really happen.
Yeah, it's like if you wipe, then you just keep trying it. It's like, all right, we got this.
You just keep trying it until you get to the point where like just people leave if they don't want to do it anymore. Just because it's like, okay, you know, I can't spend more time doing this. Yeah.
With me becoming a more elitist player though, it's like, freaking hey, dude, get this right.
Like I said, in the moment, you just get frustrated because you're like, man, if we just like, because like if you didn't mess up but somebody else messed up, then you're like, man, if they didn't mess up, it's like you like it's the waste of your time. You feel kind of like that, and so that's why you get mad in the moment. But then like at least you never go and actually like call them out in chat and actually start bashing on them and stuff.
No, hey, you suck.
Like I said, if you actually ever feel that way, then that's when you're just like, all right, you know, like I'm running out of time, I gotta go, and you just peace out.
No joke though. If there have been times where if I feel like people just don't try, where they play the game and then they get hit by everything, and then it's like, okay, first time is like okay, but then second, third time is like, are you really paying attention now? Like really?
I mean, but at the same time, you gotta ask them. Like there's players who mess up and they know they messed up.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, like I said, it's hard if you just thrust them into this. Like I said, they haven't mastered the rotation yet, so that's why, you know, half of their brain is thinking about the rotation, and they're like, oh no, I got hit by a mechanic or something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
So then there's players like that, and then you gotta ask them, was it your fault that we met? Like kind of like you don't put like make them sound like it's like this is your fault, like you saw.
Yeah.
But as in, you just gotta be like, okay,
something wrong.
Like no, like
can I help?
Like they gotta know they messed up. If they're like if they do that and they're like, no, it's someone else's fault or something. If they like deflect blame or whatever, if they don't realize it is them or whatever, that like they just need to know the rotation better and know the mechanics better and stuff like that, then that's a big problem. You know what I mean? Like there's people who are like, even though it's their fault, they're like, it's not my fault. They always like say it's someone else's fault, or that's like pretty much the worst people.
It's never the tank's fault, man. It's all the DPS. They didn't kill it fast enough.
Damn, looks like I'm just toxic. Holy shit.
Nah, you're not that toxic. Like I said, everybody like reach that point where it's like, I've already explained this before, just going in circles, where you just reach that point where you're like, oh man, like they could have just done this and we'd be done with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, too bad I never played WoW ever.
But now I'm actually, I mean, like I said, I don't really have the time to play WoW, but like if I ever had a lot of free time again, I just want to, the only reason now I want to play it is to experience the raids. Like I want to get to mythic level just to compare it to Final Fantasy actually. And then I want to get to ultimates in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Well, from what it sounds like, if I were to compare, heroics would be like Savage content, because that shit was actually pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I honestly felt like
it's similar. It's similar level in my opinion. Mythic. I haven't hit mythics. We were going.
Yeah, and when most people I see, that's how they would compare it to. Like I said, I never even hit heroics raids and WoW. But honestly, I felt like Savage in 14. Final Fantasy 14 wasn't that hard. Like personally, to me, that's just my personal opinion. Other people can find it hard. That's fine.
It was hard.
And then I mean, when I look at other people doing it, I'm like, this looks hard for them, which I understand. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, that was super easy. I like first cleared it. But still, it's just like I got the hang of it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then and everybody learns at their own pace, which I fully understand. But then like I haven't even seen like the full like ultimate videos yet. Like I never even thought they were worth doing, because Peter made it sound like it was never worth doing.
Do you get anything?
You don't. That's why Peter said it wasn't worth doing. But
you don't get anything.
I'm that type of person. You get like glamour, which I'm that type of person.
I want the glamour.
Yeah, exactly. That's like reason why Adam Gone said it. He's like, I'm that person. I'm the person who wants to be the less than 1% who owns that glamour. Walks through the city, everybody sees you with that glamour, and they're like, he completed the ultimate raid.
Have you seen the video where he was watching like the different types of players.
Yeah,
and the glamour players.
The glamour players are the top percent. Yeah, the people who collect all the glamours in the game are at the top of the hierarchy of MMOs.
Yep.
Like they're the very small percent. They're the not even the 1%. They're the 0.1%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're because at first I was like glamour players. I was like, oh no, they don't mean regular glamour players. They mean the glamour players that get every glamour in the entire game, because that does mean they completed everything in the game, which means they beat ultimate, or they beat the super end game, like whatever, like mythic raids or whatever, like stuff like that, like they completed everything. And I was like, okay, that takes skill to do. No joke, it does.
It's true, because I remember doing the glamours in Final Fantasy. I was like, man, I just get what I like.
Yeah, but like, for me, I like to get what I like. I don't like to get everything, but I do. But I do like that type of glamour where not everybody else has it.
That's
it's
true.
Hard. Like,
That's true.
Like I said, you're like, damn, I'm one of the very few people that can do this. It feels cool. So I was like, after I found that out about Ultimates, I was like, wait, now I want to go back and do Ultimates. What the heck? Yeah.
Well, you already know I'm down, man.
Like I said,
don't do it.
Honestly, right now I don't really have much time. I'll definitely try to make more time in the future to play games, 100%. But like I said, I was on the fence of coming back for Endwalker, but like I'm more and more willing to come back to Endwalker at like the next expansion for Final Fantasy.
Dude, they sold me, dude.
It's like I was like, dude, the trailer's hyping and everything, but then I was like, I feel like I've already had enough of I've already had my fill of Final Fantasy 14. But then like now this new wave of hype is I don't
all the hype.
Well, my favorite thing even before Black Mage, and I loved it so much, was I had a thing for the Grim Reaper stuff. So when Reaper came out,
moving to DPS, bro. I mean,
melee
DPS. Yeah,
we'll see, man. I have
melee DPS. That shit sucks.
Nah.
What?
Melee DPS in Final Fantasy 14 though does suck more than ranged. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's gonna. We'll see. It's either Reaper or Black Mage. I have a thing for Black Mage too, dude.
I guess I'm gonna go tank or heal or something.
I was thinking the same.
we need tank and healer, so
yeah. I was thinking the same thing too. So
yeah, so
I just keep playing my paladin.
I mean, obviously
I just keep playing paladin.
No, obviously I love playing. I am that type of person who would prefer to play DPS, but then growing up in MMOs, I just played whatever was needed, and what was always needed was healer or tank.
True.
And in my case, it was actually healer. Actually, whatever I played, there was actually enough tanks and DPS. So I was like, okay, I guess we need healers. I'll play healers. So I actually played healers pretty much almost all the way up until recently, where I'm finally like, yeah, I can finally play DPS. And then like even in Final Fantasy, when we first started playing, I was supposed to heal, but then like, what was it? I already told you guys, like I was playing was it Astrologian or whatever it was called? Yeah. And then like they have mana issues, and then since we're progging, we're brand new at the game, and doing that, like everyone was dying a lot, so I was like running out of mana. I'm like, dude, healing's so hard in this game, what? and then I switched to White Mage, because eventually I leveled every class in the game.
I remember.
I played White Mage. I was like, wait a minute, White Mage never run out of mana. I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna just play White Mage now.
White Mage is so stupid. I remember I was like, I'm gonna make it, because I have a DPS class taking heal. I was like, make White Mage. That shit is so easy to play, dude.
Yeah.
Just sparkle heal. Like what the hell?
Astrologian, like I said, healers are easy to play as long as your raid doesn't die, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I would have gone back to Astrologian if we
got better.
Basically, if everyone knew what they were doing in raid mechanics and never died, pretty much. Then I'm like, then Astrologian is easy to play. Obviously, that's just a general thing for healers. Obviously, in any MMO.
That's true. In my most recent raid, the dude was like, dude, everybody knows what they're doing. It's so boring playing healing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because everybody like the only thing we really got hit by was like the raid wide party stuff. It's like just so boring.
Yeah, that's true. When your party doesn't know what they're doing, when you're healer, it's like, man, what am I doing, dude?
No, I would rather be like that, to be honest, man. If I'm a healer and everybody knows what they're doing and it makes it easy, I'm happier like that when everybody doesn't know what they're doing.
That's true.
And they're dying, and you're like, I'm out of mana and I need to res these people. is doomed. I can't even heal
I'm not
people
gonna
now.
you, man. You're
yeah,
gonna die.
at that point. But then in like I said, in Final Fantasy, if someone's dead, it's pretty much a wipe. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I was like, man, that was stressful playing an Astrologian. But then in the end, what was it? I swapped to Summoner because we found some connections. Basically, because Peter, that had his friends and guildmates or whatever that were willing to heal. So we are like, oh, cool, I can switch to DPS now.
Oh, yeah. Peter, aka the real David.
Yeah. So I was, for the first time ever, I was able to experience DPSing. It felt good. Yeah.
Top DPS, too.
Yep, top DPS because I'm a meta slave. Yep. So now that summoners are no longer top tier, it's time to move on to
Black Mage.
Yeah, I was like, you can go ahead and play Reaper. I'm moving on to Black Mage.
No, we're rolling double Black Mage. No, I don't care what you say.
All the DPS is just Black Mage.
No, I was about to say, I was like, I'm like, hopefully Reaper have like high DPS. I'm like, dude, they do high DPS. Do play them, and you're playing Reaper, and then we get into like unless you check my profile and stuff, and then we get into like endgame rate, all of a sudden you see Black Mage icon on me. And I'm just like, I'm playing Black Mage.
Yeah, just let me know. I'll switch. You want to play Reaper? Okay, I'll go Black Mage.
I'm trolling, but like I said, whatever, no joke, whatever is like the best stuff over there. Like honestly, we needed like melee DPS, so I started picking up Samurais.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did.
I could have played really much anything, but like summoners were kind of a must-have. Like they weren't a must-have, but it was just really nice to have a summoner.
Yeah.
Because not only that, they can res too, which was so helpful. Yeah. And you know what? Peter kept telling me to not res and let the healers do that, but I'm like, dude, it's just like. But I'm fine healing. Like if I could understand though if like I rezzed and like messed up my rotation or I messed up in mechanics and like it wiped me or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it doesn't even affect me, dude. I can like I picked them up faster than the healers picked them up.
I've seen that happen multiple times. Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't mind because like I said, it doesn't. I would understand if it like completely messed me up in my rotation or like I was taking like I messed me up in mechanics or something.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like summoners don't have mana issues, and like so that's why like it's literally like I have it almost like not I don't have it like hotbar board like I don't like it's just I don't know it's just really easy for me to just like quickly res somebody when I get down.
Yeah.
So that's why it was like when people got down, I just was like, boom, swift cast that.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's easier too because when you're healing, you're focused on healing the party instead of trying to get the guy out.
Like I said, usually you just AoE heal and then you go back to DPSing. And then when the tank takes a bunch of damage from like a tank buster or something, then that's when you throw like a bigger heal on them and you go back to DPSing.
Yeah. If you're DPSing, it's like I could spare like a couple DPS and get the dude out.
I mean, like I said, I didn't know. It's just at first I wouldn't do that because I'm learning the fight and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but then like once we like really got like when we did Rock Deposit a lot, dude, I like had that down so easily. So like that's why like for example like
that hard.
It happened to like Randy because Randy was really new at that and like he also didn't play the game a lot like David, so he also was struggling with his rotation. While trying to learn the raid, and then so he would die in there, and then like I basically it's like I knew he was like the highest % chance of person to die, and so that's why like I it's like my brain was basically like wired to be like he's gonna die any moment now. Like, so the moment he dies, I'm just like boom, so cast res, and I did that, and then like doesn't appear like dude stop res, and I was like dude, I'm not dying to mechanics, I'm still high as DPS, like, it doesn't affect my mana at all either, like I'm still like super high on mana, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Rock to Apostles though.
I'm like rezzing him faster than the healers. I feel like there's no demerit for me rezzing.
Yeah.
I was like, or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
How many? I thought only the healers and the mage could res, right?
No, there's red mages could do it, right?
Red mage,
summoner, and the healers. I think
Black mage couldn't.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Black mage is straight up. No, they're just
Black mage is straight up DPS, man. Yeah. They top of the DPS right now, man.
They should make that red mage. Red mage is so fun to play.
No,
I feel like Black mage will be like.
They're gonna be top for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like because I think pretty much whoever the class balance lead is probably like similar to Ghostcrawler, who used to be a WoW. Like he was on like the WoW class balance team or whatever back then.
Yeah.
And basically he was known to, his favorite class was basically mages. I was like, mages were like top DPS for a long time. He left, and then mages, just it's been hit or miss with them since then.
So that's what Final Fantasy is doing.
So the class balance lead, he's like, Black Mage is my favorite class. So Black Mage is always up there.
Yeah, I see affirmation back there.
It's cheating, you guys. That's cheating.
We need a new lead there.
Yeah.
We need what is it? Lead. Bard Gang Rise Up. Bard Gang Rise Up.
Yeah, I feel like while balancing though is really unfair though. It really is, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I said, I think like there's a point where like you want to stabilize the DPS more, so that way people don't get like so elitist in terms of like
I gotta play this class.
Yeah. But then like I can understand why people don't want that, because then it feels that every class feels the same or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'd rather have the less toxic environment or whatever. As long as you have good game design, classes don't feel the same. Like I felt like I played all the different DPS classes in Final Fantasy, and I had fun in different ways for each of them.
Yep.
And they did like closer in DPS.
Yeah. That's why I like 14 is because it's like every class has their own thing that they work off of, and like you said, they have similar DPS.
Yep.
It's not that big of a difference.
Yep. But then I don't know. That was a pretty interesting topic, I guess. I feel like I'm ready to move on unless you guys want to keep talking about it.
Sure. I was gonna ask.
Go ahead.
Because I feel like MMOs aren't really coming out with anything now, but is there anything new that you might be looking forward to?
New MMOs? Well, you saw what came out closed beta recently, right?
I already hate that game, dude.
I don't like it. I don't
New
like
World.
it. There's definitely people who are like hyping it up.
What's New World?
It's a new MMO by Amazon. I look at it and I'm like, this looks whack, dude.
Dude, I played it.
But then again, well, the old one is really different from the one that just came out. I've seen. I mean, it's not like super different, but it is different though.
I don't see any difference.
You don't see any difference.
The gameplay looks the same. I'm pretty sure the way you craft your stuff is the same. The dodging's gonna be the same. The fluidity of the game has been the same since as far as I've seen, has been the same since when I played the other closed beta.
Yeah,
and it's just bad, dude.
From what I've heard, they've said it's different. Yeah,
really?
So, because like I said, they like in the old one, a lot of people had really like mixed feelings on the old one, or
I hated it.
Yeah, but then this new one, people were like, "Oh man, this is way better." Than the old. So and then now it's getting a lot of hype. But then honestly, I look at the gameplay and I'm like, it's not my thing. It's definitely like when we talk about bias and aesthetics, like, oh man, I don't want to play World of Warcraft because it looks like this, or I don't want to play Final Fantasy 14 because it looks like this. For New World, to me, I'm pretty much like that. I was like, I don't really want to play New World because it looks like this. Yeah,
I don't want to play New World because it plays like this.
Yeah,
that's why I don't want to play New World.
The gameplay doesn't look that great to me too, because like, well, see, it looks like this, and not only that, like for me personally, I feel like for like Eastern games, right? Like they get like combat and flashiness down. Like some people get really turned off by the flashiness and stuff, whatever. But man, dude, I freaking love that stuff, dude. Like 14. Yeah, like I mean, like the special effects and stuff or whatever. Like I mean, like for example, recent game. This is what I was kind of sort of. We can come back, but this is what I was kind of transitioning to. Where like current games are playing right now. Like I don't have much time, so I'm just kind of playing like more casual gacha games or whatever. So there's a new game that just came out, Punishing Gray Raven. And that game has super flashy animations where you can't even tell sometimes like what's going on.
Oh really?
But that's where like you gotta like. I feel like you like. I'm not trying to say get good. That's all you got to do. But you know what I mean? Like for me, it's like, oh man, it's so hard to see like enemies attacking you because there's like so many animations and stuff going on. But then like when I really focus and pay attention, I can see everything.
Yeah. Like you start to recognize.
Yeah, you recognize stuff. So everything slows down. Then like I said, this ain't this ain't for like casual players. So like that's the thing I like about Punishing Gray Raven though, is that like usually most gacha games are for casual people, like casual players. The only non-casual thing about gacha games is usually how much you have to spend to get top gear to like just be the top PvP or whatever. But for Punishing Gray Raven, like it really, really rewards skill. Like even if you're like a top whale, if you do like the super hard content, like you get 1 or 2 shotted, and that doesn't matter if you have the best gear. Like even if you have the best gear or like and it's really easy to get like good gear. The only thing you really will is to get copies of a character, you know,
to
make them a little bit stronger. But when they get a little bit stronger, that means they do a little bit more damage. That doesn't mean they're a little bit more tankier, unless they're a tank, which they did split. They actually have the Trinity system in there. Which
really?
Is fun. Yeah. So tanks build more aggro, and then you can play co-op. The co-op is actually really hard, which I like. But like I said, it's really a skill-based game because like you really need to dodge attacks in there, and your dodge has a stamina system, so you can't just dodge over and over and over. If you spam, if you spam your dodge like 5 times, you're out of stamina, you're effed. It's like, so you need to really space out your dodges, and then so like I said, it's just, like I felt like when I played that, I'm like, damn, this really rewards skill, and that's what I really like about it.
Damn.
It's actually really free to play friendly too. Like you can like pretty much get all the characters without spending a single cent.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about it. And it did get like a lot of flack recently, which I understand why I got a lot of flack, but to me, I'm just like, dude, I enjoy the game so much, and the stuff they didn't really offend me. But I do understand why people.
What did they do?
I mean, it was like they changed reward. We got less rewards than like so we got 1,000 less like in terms of Genshin terms, like 1,000 less Primo Gems or whatever, right? But then in compensation, they gave us like a skin.
Oh.
But then people were like, we don't care about the skin. And then there's a like a launch event. I feel like they shouldn't have called it an event. They should have just like put it in the shop and called it like a step up gacha or something, because like they called it an event, and then what you do is you roll on there. Like every day if you play, you get like 100 currency, right? And then you can spend that 100 currency on the slot machine, and then depending on what you get on the slot machine, you get you go up in points. So if you like, you know, if you hit the jackpot, you get 500 points. So if you get like points, you go up this you know, like you get 2,000 points, you get this reward. You get 4,000 points, you get this reward. And then at 20,000 points, you get the global exclusive skin. And then it was so if you did all, you know, if you played every day, it was only for 2 weeks, so it's 14 days. It would give you like, for example, 1,400 coins, and 1,400 coins was only enough to get you like 10,000 points, right? Which was half of what you need to get the skin. And then people were like, and then to get more of that currency, you had to like spend money in the shop. You didn't have to buy it directly. Like you had to buy like, you know, like if you buy Primo Gems, you get it.
If you transfer it.
No, you don't have to transfer it. It's just if you just buy stuff in the shop, it'll give you the coins. You know, it's like a bonus. You know what I mean?
You're talking about okay.
Yeah. Like you buy Primo Gems, and as a bonus for buying Primo Gems, you also get that token to roll in the slot to get more points on the event. So that's it. They saw that and they're like, wait, this is a pay to win event. So that means everything in the future is going to be paywalled. And I was like, it's true. If they did paywall everything in the future like this, it's not like how it was in the Chinese version, and I would quit the game. But I was like, I had faith in the company. I was like, I don't think they're gonna. If they do, I will quit the game. But then, like, the gameplay is so fun, and if it does stay, they did release like a dev statement recently, like yesterday, where they said they're gonna try to stay as close to the Chinese version as possible. But some things will be sped up a little bit. Just because they want to try to match events to the holidays. Because there's like some games where like summer event comes out in winter, or Christmas is in the middle of summer. Some games speed up and they end up doing that. For them, they're trying to stick to the same schedule, and they're gonna stick to the same rewards. That's what they did release on. So that's starting to get more faith back into the community. And then for those, like I said, they're gonna some moments might be cut a little bit or like moved around, and that's pretty much it to match because they released just now, right, for global. But then and I think the original game released near the end of the year, so near Christmas or whatever. So that's why the game came out, and then a month later, like a Christmas event came out. But then for us, it came out. So people are like, so is the summer event gonna come out right away? So we'll find out in a month. I guess.
That's pretty weird.
But if they literally stuck to the original one, we would get a Christmas event right away. In a few weeks we'd have a Christmas event. I'd be like, what the heck? We're in August.
Playing.
We're in August. What the hell? Why are we getting a Christmas event? But then, so we'll see where the future holds for that game for global. I really hope it doesn't go down the dark path. I really hope it doesn't die out because I'm having so much fun with that game.
Yeah, when you posted the video of the gameplay, I was like, this actually looks really fun.
Back then when I saw those videos, I was like, I really, really want to play this game, but it was China exclusive, and to play like games there, you need like a VPN. You need to fake like a Chinese ID and everything. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that effort. It's the same thing with like trying to play Korean games in Korea. You need a VPN, you need a Korean ID. It's like, I don't want to go through that effort.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, please release a global version. So finally, after waiting such a long time, they released the global version. I jumped on that right away.
Okay.
It's not bad. I mean, it's better if you play on controller or on your phone though. Don't play with keyboard mouse. That shit hard as fuck.
No, you know what's funny? I actually switched back to keyboard and mouse. Yeah.
I can't do keyboard. Like, it's not bad, but it's just the camera angles with the mouse is really hard in that game.
Yeah. For me, I'm very I guess high APM or something. Like I don't know, like I'm used to like, moving stuff really fast. I'm not like super StarCraft 2 level or StarCraft Pro level APM, but if you watch me play Punching Gray Raven, like I use my my mouse to move the camera really fast, and I also use my mouse to click on the orbs that come up, and I use my mouse to switch switch characters in and out, and like when you can have the characters come in and help you for a bit. I use my mouse to do all of that.
Why you just press Z?
And like I actually don't press the buttons. The only buttons I press is to move. Attack, because F is to attack by default.
Okay.
And
no, you can actually
you can change it. I know.
If you right click, you can attack.
I know how to change it on Mumu to where you can do left click to attack. You just gotta switch to gun mode on Mumu emulator. If you switch to gun mode, then left click is to attack, right click is to move the mouse.
I'll probably do that then.
Yeah. And then so I tried that, but I was like, damn, for some reason I really like
the way you're playing.
Yeah, the way I'm playing right now.
The F for attack.
Yeah. Like for me, like sometimes to switch in characters though, it's at Q and E. Sometimes I press Q and E, but sometimes I click on them too. It mainly depends on if I'm in matrix mode when things slow down. When things slow down, like I don't have to press Q and E really fast. I can go and click because I click on it really fast too. Obviously pressing Q and E is faster than me clicking on it, but when it goes to the slow-mo mode, I'm like, okay, I don't have to like hardcore rush bring them in. But if I'm not in the matrix mode, then that's when I press Q and E because it's faster to do that. But yeah, I played on controller for like a couple days. I played on keyboard first. I played on controller for a few days, and my only problem with playing on controller was that
speed.
No. I didn't. I was too lazy to build up the muscle memory of where every single button was for the skills. You know what I'm talking about? The 8 orbs. You can get up to 8 orbs, and then you have to assign a button to each one. And I was like, man, I really dislike. For me, I personally.
I guess it is.
Yeah. I personally want like some people, what they do, like by default, R1s to attack, and then they assign because there's eight orbs, right? They assign 4 orbs to like your in PlayStation terms, like X square.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that. It's 4 on there, and then L1 plus those to get the next one.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But then for me, I was like, I don't really want to do that. So I actually tried what you said. 4 on the D-pad and 4 on that, and then R1 and stuff to attack and stuff. But then I was like, where do I put my ultimate, my dodge, and then my switch characters? And then I'm like, it's so weird. So I was like, okay, R1 to attack, R2 to dodge, L1 to switch character 1, L2 to switch character 2. And then I was like, left thumbstick to ult, I guess, because my hand will or either left or right. Yeah. So that I set it up like that. I played that for a while, and then like I was kind of slow on doing the orbs, as in because I was like, which one's 7 again? Oh, that's D-pad.
I can see that.
That's D-pad right. Oh, which one? I was like, which one's orb 4 again? Oh yeah, that's circle. And then so so it slowed me down a bit, and I was like, if you get the muscle memory to learn it though, it's fine.
Yeah. I feel like people who play Final Fantasy on the controller will be able to do that pretty easily.
Yeah, because they gotta learn all the different skills. And
dude, I'll tell you, it's hard, dude.
Like I said, you just gotta build the muscle memory.
Yeah, it's just muscle memory.
Yeah. But then I already have built-in muscle memory from playing so much keyboard mouse games.
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I'm so used to that already. That's why I'm just like, I can just get back onto keyboard or mouse and like play on keyboard or mouse, and like I don't have to build muscle memory to.
Yeah.
So
the biggest problem is just the camera angles. I think it's better on the keyboard. It's just the It's just I don't have it full screen. Wait, when you play, do you have
Oh yeah, I have mine on full screen.
Okay, I don't have my full screen. So when I drag my mouse, it goes out of the fucking window. And it goes into my other screen.
Yep.
I'm clicking on on websites like, what the hell?
When I first played, I played like that on like regular small square screen, and the same problem happened to me where when I dragged and moved the camera, my mouse went off of the emulator, and I was like, oh shit. There's a way there's a button on the emulator to lock it where it won't go outside of that. But I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like I could have just done that, but I was like, I don't mind playing this game in full screen, so I just press F11 and bam, it full screened it, and then that fixed the problem.
Yeah, I thought because there's times when I freaking swipe it, it just goes down to like the start button. Like, where's my mouse? Like, oh, it's on there, the start button. Come back up.
That's funny.
So I understand that. Yeah, you there is a setting on the emulator where you can turn it on, and then your mouse won't go off of the emulator anymore. It'll lock
if I have that, it'll be much easier because that was the biggest problem when I swipe it. My mouse go off screen. I can't swipe it no more. It's like oh shit.
Yeah. So you either do that or you full screen it. If you like I said, if you don't want to full screen it, turn that option on. For me, I like it. And then also there's like graphical like not mods, but like the kind of filters, pretty much like filters. Like,
okay.
On the emulator. So there's like, color enhance or sharpen enhance. I put it on sharpen enhance and the game looks even better. I actually really like color enhance, but color enhance makes it very like cinematic. Like as in the reds are even more red. So so it looks cool, but then I'm like, all right, it's a super flashy game. I'm probably gonna get a seizure or something.
It kind of hurts your eyes. Not gonna lie. It looks nice, but it hurts.
It hurts my eyes after it's too much of it. So I was like, all right, I'm like, it's cool if I'm trying to record a video or something for just one moment, but then I'm gonna stick to sharpen because when you turn on the sharpen, it actually looks really nice.
Yeah, that and sharpen does make it worse.
So I was like, so don't. Sadly, if you could combine both sharpen and color, I would try that just for a little bit.
Oh, is it one or the other?
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Man, just do sharpen on your monitor.
You could, but that's not the same.
It's not the same. It's gonna be so different.
You have to go press your buttons, sharpen.
Like I said, I want to try both sharpen and color just for a little bit, just to see how nice it would look. Because it's one or the other. Yeah. But like I said, I would not stick with color the whole time. Because like I said, it's like too, like I said, when you get to like the lasers and stuff, that stuff gets too bright.
Yeah, it's seizure inducing.
Yeah. Like that. And even at the beginning of the game, it gives you that warning.
Oh, really?
No joke, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It actually gives you that warning.
Yeah. I think a lot of games do that.
Yeah, a lot
too.
Of games do too.
But this game, I could see that. Yeah.
I was like, wait, Punishing Gray Raven is just like a 2B version of freaking Genshin.
Yeah, it's heavily inspired from Nier Automata, from freaking Metal Gear Solid, and yeah, so definitely those two inspired it a lot. There's probably more than just
the way they're freaking talking. Because I was like, wait, because when they talk, they have the radio instead. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's why it's called Punishing Gray Raven, because there's in Metal Gear Solid 5, the fake snake in there, you probably don't know the story that much. You probably know a little bit of the story, but remember that story, or you're not actually playing a snake or Big Boss. You're playing a person that got tricked into thinking he was Snake. They like...
Really? Metal Gear Solid 5
Phantom
Snake.
Pain.
Oh, Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain.
Oh.
This is, and they called that snake Punish Snake. And this game's called Punishing Gray Raven. And then there's a game mode in here called the Phantom. I think it's called the Phantom Pain. It's Phantom something.
Yeah.
But I think it might even be called Phantom Pain. Because I remember we were memeing about it. We're like, there's a game mode called Phantom Pain. There's a game mode called Warzone. And Warzone's like Call of Duty Warzone. And Phantom Pain. Yeah, those are the two game modes in there. And so we're memeing on that. And like I said, the radio thing, like I said, they're so definitely inspired by Metal Gear Solid, and definitely inspired by Nier Automata, because the main girl is voiced by Mikasa, and Mikasa voices 2B as well. So it's so funny when they collabed with they actually have a Nier collaboration, Punishing Gray Raven, that should be out on the first year anniversary. So 1 year from now there will be a Nier collab with Punishing Gray Raven. So it's really funny because obviously the main girl in Nier Automata is 2B, so So her voice actress, and then the main girl in Punishing Raven, same voice actress, and then they interact with each other. And basically, it's the same person talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments. Where it's just like that's kind of funny.
I know this.
Yeah, it's like wait, they're talking to each other, but they sound kind of the same. What the?
I know you.
Yeah, it's so weird too, because obviously there's gonna be a lot of fans of like Mikasa, because she's from a really popular anime and Attack on Titan. But like to me, like her seiyuu wasn't like really my favorite. I didn't really like her that much, but then for some reason in after like playing Punishing Gray Raven, I was like, dang, I like this.
She's growing on you.
She's growing on me, not because of Punishing Gray Raven. It wasn't because of 2B. It wasn't because of Mikasa. It was because of Punishing Gray Raven.
Punishing Gray Raven does use the Japanese voice actors for that.
Yep. You can't even switch it to Chinese.
Yeah, I was like,
it's only in Japanese.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I think this is Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm understanding very good Japanese.
Yeah. So after that, and like said, dang, I really like the main girl in Punishing Gray Raven, especially like if you get spoiled on future story on it. I'm like, dang, the story, like that part, like I already posted that video. I was like, dang,
that video,
damn, that video is so good. That's my favorite. That's my favorite video in Punishing Gray Raven so far.
That's a good fight.
Or spoilers, it's called Lucia's final fight, and Lucia is the name of the main girl. And basically, it's because like in there, like I don't understand.
Well, you play as the main girl, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you play as the main girl. But then in there, because in like, for example, in Honkai Impact, they have the commander, which is technically you. But then in the lore, you don't exist really. Yeah. But then in here, like now, like in Arknights, they call you Doctor, and you do exist in the lore because they always make you an important, like you're an important character. Like the story kind of revolves around you. Like in Arknights, they're kind of hyping up the Doctor. Like he has amnesia, but then like he's a big part of the story. So that's kind of like how the character in here is, where it's like this game basically does feel like Arknight's version of Honkai Impact. Because I can definitely tell this was it's also influenced by Honkai Impact.
Oh yeah,
because it has the 3 characters. You switch them out. They have QTEs, and like whenever you dodge, it slow mos. They did that in Honkai Impact, and it does that in here.
Oh.
And then Honkai Impact, the funny thing is when it does slow mo, the sound effect is cooler than Punishing Gray Raven. It kind of does that. And then you start fighting in slow mo, or like everything else is slow mo, but you're still fighting like normal.
Yeah.
But then in Punishing Gray Raven, like the feel of it when you fight in combat feels better than Honkai Impact. Like I was like, if you added the Honkai Impact sound effect to Punishing Gray Raven, then it would be perfect.
You get the actual slow mo going on.
Yeah, you get that. Yeah, I mean it's still cool in Punishing Gray Raven. You get the sound effect though of everything slowing down. Yeah, you don't hear. It's just the start. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the start when it doesn't have that transition effect.
Oh,
it's just once you are into the slow mo mode, everything does sound muffled.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
It has that in Punishing Gray Raven, but it's just like I said, it doesn't have like that just effect. Yeah, of transitioning into slow mo mode. Yeah.
Is it just like a shortened version of that then?
What do you mean in Punching Gray Raven?
Yeah. The sound effect?
No, it doesn't have the sound effect at all. It just goes into slow mo and then everything gets muffled. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, dang, they add that sound effect in there, and it's like the perfect slow mo mode because like the action is so good in there. Like
it is really good.
Damn.
But I was actually trying to explain Lucia's final fight, but yeah, I don't really want to spoil it, but it's so good. It's just that, like I said, when we were talking about like, for example, Vivi or whatever, or like when we were talking about androids, or like when we were talking about how Vivi was that Vivi at the end, but I was like, no, I don't think it's the same Vivi. It's just like a new personality taking over, and then
or it's a new life.
Yeah. It's like rebuilt probably from the same body, but like it's uploaded like a new persona or something into it.
Do you think Punishing Gray Raven is gonna get?
I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's probably just at best only gonna be as big as like Honkai Impact at best. It will not reach Genshin Impact levels because Genshin Impact really appeals to the mass majority because of its gameplay. Because it's like an open world.
Yeah.
Like because like Punishing Gray Raven is just like Honkai Impact, where it's just instant stages and stuff like that. Yeah.
Not only that, Genshin is more tuned to higher spec stuff too. So.
No, I think Genshin Impact's gameplay also is much more accessible for most people.
That's true. It's like it's PC. If all these games are already PC, why?
That's what I mean though. It's like they
they
tuned it to.
You mean you can play it on PC as well easily,
and I think
you can play it on consoles too.
Yeah.
Is the graphics basically the same like mobile then? I was thinking
PC obviously looks a little bit better and it's like smoother, but it ain't like a super huge difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Just get the new Razer phone. You get like 4K with 104 hertz.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. OnePlus, baby, all the way.
But no, I think like I said, no, for Genshin is definitely the gameplay. I mean, that does play a part of effect is that it is available on console and PC easily too. Because for Punching Gray Raven, you got to download an emulator, but the emulator is like officially partnered with them, and it's integrated into the emulator.
Really?
Yeah, both BlueStacks and Mumu are officially partnered with Punching Gray Raven. That's why if you boot up the game, Punching Gray Raven on those emulators, your keyboard and controllers work without doing anything.
That's insane.
And you can change the key bindings to whatever you want. So to not default if you don't like that, and not only that, what was it? If you the keybinds, you can move around everything like in World of Warcraft if you have an add-on. The UI, you can move it around and make it bigger and smaller, which I was like, this is amazing. What the? I wish I could do this in Genshin. You can move like your Switch characters like anywhere. You can move your skill orbs and you can move the attack button anywhere. You can move like the UI is completely customizable. And I was like, damn, what the heck? Like, I wish I could do this in other games.
Yeah, for sure.
That's usually really good when you're able to do that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that was really nice. That I really liked about it.
Okay.
But let's just keep going back to Lucia's final fight. Is so good. And the music is so good. It was really good. The music is so good into. That's what sold me into the gameplay and the music. I was just like, damn, the music hits, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched it. I'm just always on the lookout for new games to play when you guys are playing games.
Yeah.
Because I know you look for the most games.
I look for future games, and then what was it? Trying to get back to the VV, when they upload new personas in there. That's basically what happened in Punching a Raven.
Oh yeah.
Where like the main girl gets her data deleted, and then they upload, they basically that's why it's her final. If you read the I don't know if you had your closed caption on because that was when the English
I was doing I did
the English one. They're basically explaining like,
she's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, she's gonna exactly like that. There's like this guy warning her like, if you do this, you won't be
able
to return.
And
then the person she was fighting with also said the same thing. It's like, why are you even fighting me? You're gonna die after this. And then she's like, no, I have to do this. And then she starts she defeats her, and then after that she's like, okay, like, I thought we were gonna make this out together, but then it looks like, it's only gonna be you. And then that's when you what was it? Her memory gets deleted, and then a new personality gets put into her, and then the new personality is really cool too because she has to at the beginning, like, it's kind of more like she's like a cold robot or whatever,
Okay.
Or as in like she doesn't have a lot of personality, where it's kind of like where you give a command to a robot, they just follow it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. But then once she kind of like learns about her past, she's kind of like, oh man, like whoa, I had like a crazy past. Like, how can I live up to this? Kind of like that.
Damn.
Yeah. So like that's kind of like the cool thing with the new one. But then at the same time, I'm like, man, we'll never have the original Lucia anymore. Like, damn it, no,
it's gone.
So
it's gone.
Damn, that sounds like a good story.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that was when it got good for me. The story got like, before that, I was like, the story is just pretty like okay, and then it hit that part, and I'm like, damn, the story is pretty interesting now. Yeah.
Okay. Might give it a shot.
But then like, if it's kind of like Black Clover, where like you can tell where they just kind of like took parts of other stories and stuck it into there. Because like I said, this type of thing I've already seen it elsewhere. But even then, when it's got like good music and like good action, I'm like, cool, just like Black Clover.
Yeah.
And then
you're selling me on Black Clover.
Yeah. And then like I said, her sister is like, her and her sister got separated, and then her sister basically went down the dark path. And then she basically becomes God Kiana. And like, if we're talking about Honkai, I know you guys don't know that, but basically she becomes like, I don't know exactly because I didn't like fully in depth read the story, but like to me, like she basically looked like she became the leader of like a bunch of the. I mean, in there it's called Punishing Gray Raven because there's a punishing virus, and the punishing virus is like, I think, a man-made virus that accidentally went out of control. So it's like Resident Evil or whatever, and what it in this world, humans, they can like turn themselves into, you know, pretty much androids or
What?
cyborg robots, whatever. They can like pretty much turn themselves into that. A lot of the main cast were like that. They were human before, and then they turned themselves into pretty much robots.
That's intense.
It was like they were like VB and Kakatani when he did that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you can do that in this world, but then the punishing virus, what it does is on humans, it basically just like kills them. But then on robots, it actually makes them like it makes them stronger or like turns them to zombie robots, pretty much.
Okay.
Or like they start like killing everything, no matter what. And that's basically what the story is for this. You know, honestly, this already sounds like Nier. Wait a minute. Anyways, so there's that, and then like
it's getting there.
and like like I said, the sister like is the typical sister where like they get story where they get separated. She walks her own path. She wants to reunite with the main girl, Lucia. It's Lucia's sister, but then she turns into like basically the equivalent of like an evil god or whatever. So they're split on those ends, and I'm just like, okay, I've already seen this storyline before. Honestly, it already feels like Honkai Impact right here.
Okay.
They even released like a trailer, like an animated trailer, and their animated trailers aren't as good because they don't have as much money, and they're like they aren't on the level of MiHoYo. Let's put it that way. So their animations weren't that good, but then it gave me a lot of vibes of the first major animation of Honkai Impact, which was I think Befall, when Kiana turned into pretty much what they call it. God Kiana, like, and the that epic music was playing, and then like she summoned she gained commandment of like all these Honkai, and like it was really cool. It was basically the same thing in Punishing Gray Raven. The sister was about to die, and then like she activated her power, and then she basically gained commandment over all of the punished all of the robots that had the virus.
Yeah.
And then she was like, and I was like, wait. And then at the end, you know, like it ends, and then like the music starts playing, and I'm like, that's the same thing Honkai Impact does.
Damn.
So I'm like, clearly this is like just like this is like just taken from
heavily inspired.
Come page.
Yeah. But then
it's the let me copy your homework.
yep, it's like that. So but then that song and that trailer though was so good. I listened to that on repeat. It's so good. Because that one has vocals. But yeah, a lot of the other songs, battle boss songs, are so good.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I'm not even that far in the game. I'm only at 112.
Dude, that's just like the tutorial, pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much just finished the tutorial.
Yeah, that's it. Just play at your own pace. It's like Genshin.
What were we doing yesterday? Oh, yeah, that's why I couldn't play. We was Vanguarding.
Yeah, we're playing Vanguard.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Vanguard.
Why
Dude,
did
it's
play
so
Fight
fun.
Vanguard. I honestly want to play more right now, but we gotta do this.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, we got cut short. You know, see you guys.
Yep. But
Cut short. That was like a whole episode.
yeah, I mean TCGs, always been a big fan of TCGs. It's just right now like Digimon's kind of popping, but I never played it myself, so I should play it myself before I truly judge it. But I've already like looked at game mechanics, like how to play. I've seen people play the game already on YouTube and everything, and I was like, it's not my type of thing. But
I never played. I collected back then, but I never played it.
I didn't even know how you played it back then.
Yeah.
I just collected it back then.
Yeah, back then when it was like, I was just like, you know what, this card looks cool.
They had big numbers, and then they just like you saw the evolution and stuff too. And I was like, I don't know how to play this Digimon card game, but I was a fan of Digimon back then.
Yeah,
I wanted to collect it as well.
I was more of a fan of Digimon than Pokemon back then. So.
For me, I wish I was hip in. You know, be like a hipster and can say I like Digimon more than Pokemon, but I like Digimon a lot, but I like Pokemon a little bit more than Digimon. Yeah.
If they played at the same time, I watched Pokemon instead. Digimon was always, but then as I grew up, I was like, man.
No, it was actually more like I like Pokemon. Pokemon came out first, right?
Yeah.
Before Digimon, so I watched Pokemon and I really liked it. And Digimon came out, and you know, as a kid, at least. Maybe some kids had this mentality where it's like, no, it's one or the other. But I mean, I feel like most kids are like, they don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they don't think about fandoms and which one's better than the other.
Sure.
Like,
nowadays,
sometimes it can happen though.
Yeah,
it can be like, I can see what you mean. When you go to school and then all of a sudden like you get bullied for liking something. Like,
Dude, that's so.
I can see that.
How dare you like Digimon?
Yeah. Like with the Pokemon kids and the Digimon kids, I can see that happening technically, but I'd say there's also a lot of kids that like said it's just Pokemon's cool, Digimon's cool, and they enjoy both. And then for me, like I think it's just because Pokemon came out first. That's why I liked it a lot. But once Digimon came out, though, there was definitely that time when I was starting to get into Digimon more and more than Pokemon. And as I grew up, when I became a teenager, I actually, if you asked me, I would have chose Digimon over Pokemon. But then what really killed Digimon for me is pretty much everything that, like, it didn't really have any more content.
Yeah.
And then when it came up with new content, it sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for me, the turning point was Digimon Frontier. That was like, man.
You didn't like that? I actually liked it.
No, it was good. I liked it, but that was
the story. That was the last one that was good. Yeah.
Frontier is when they became teens, right?
It's the one that actually became the Digimon.
Yeah, it's the one after 3, the one that you like.
Oh,
Actually, that's actually my favorite Digimon, by the way, which is so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like literally the last good Digimon.
That one is very divisive. There's definitely
there's people that hate it, and there's people that like it.
Yeah, a big group that hates it.
Dude, at least they're actually fighting with the Digimon fighting now.
That's because, I already told you I'm a big like Kamen Rider fan and stuff like that. So when they literally turned into the like they get the armor and stuff like that, it's like, to me it was like Kamen Rider.
It
was like transformation scenes.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm indifferent because
dude, they even pretty much did it at the end of Digimon Season 3.
Because
Digimon Season 3.
Yeah.
Because
the Tamers.
Digimon Tamers.
Right.
Yeah.
They did that to the Mega Evolution. Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, they did that.
So it's like they transitioned into the next season and they started off like that already.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like I like 3 a lot too, for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like 1, 2, 3, and 4 a lot.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 was good.
And the only reason why I like 4 the most was because it stuck. Yeah, they transformed. No joke. Like, I mean, even obviously in the old Digimons, when just the Digimons transformed, I loved that. That was it. Like that was something I really, really liked.
Yeah.
Because in Pokemon, they don't have transformation. They just evolve once and they stick like that.
Yeah.
And in Ash's case, they don't even evolve at all. Most of his Pokemon at that time,
unless they're lucky.
Yeah. So but then in Digimon, I love temporary transformations. Like I said, for Kamen Rider and stuff, I love that. So that's why Digimon, every time transformation, like they that theme kicks in, they start digivolving. I'm just like, I'm hyped. I'm love this.
Yeah.
I don't get sick of it. When they do that, like every episode, I don't get sick of it. But I'm always like, damn, I love the transformation scenes.
Yeah.
I was like, I think only 2 and 4 was the only one where the main character didn't have a bad digivolution.
What, you didn't like 3? Well, you didn't like 3?
You know, in the one for one tie, Greymon evolved to Skull Greymon.
Yeah. Oh, you mean it turned to a bad?
Yeah, it turned bad. And then in 3, what is his name? I forgot his name.
The main dude. What was the main?
The main dude's dinosaur dude. He turned
Gilman. I know it's
Gilman.
I'm talking about the main dude's name though.
I don't remember.
Yeah, whatever. But
his Digimon turned into something bad too. But then 2,
Gilman turned into something bad.
Yeah, when he tried to when Leo was killed.
I don't remember.
When Leomon got killed, he turned to like a bad guy.
Oh.
But then the only people that didn't do that was the main character in Frontier and the main character in Digimon Season 2. Those are the only 2 characters that didn't have a bad evolution at all.
Yeah.
But bad evolutions were cool.
Yeah. I mean, Skull Greymon was kind of whack.
Skull Greymon was whack. Yeah, I agree.
but the bad guy for Gilmon was so cool though.
I don't remember.
I forgot how it was basically just the dragon. It was basically just the dragon. It was just the dragon in the tail.
Yeah, honestly, are you talking about Skull Greymon? Or are you talking about Gilmon? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yep.
I don't remember.
Skull Greymon was whack. But to be honest, even the good version, Metal Greymon, I didn't think was that cool.
It was Metal Greymon. Yeah,
Metal.
He was alright.
Wait, was it? Yeah, Metal Greymon. And then I was like, he ain't that cool.
Like
then
after
War Greymon, was like, oh man, this dude's lit.
It was the opposite for me for Guruma. I was like War.
Yeah, his final.
War Guruma's dope. Metal Guruma.
Yeah. Wasn't his final form Metal Garurumon? That's why I was like, all right, this ain't that cool, man.
Yeah, why couldn't it be
swapped?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. If I didn't like Metal Greymon and Metal Garurumon is his final form, all right, you know I ain't impressed.
Yeah,
and then they fusioned.
And
then you see Omnimon, and you're just like, damn, this is a beast.
And then the
movie
came out.
They could do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that. Like I said, if you asked me back then, I would have chose Digimon over Pokemon. But then, like the longevity of Pokemon. Honestly, there's moments in Pokemon, especially at that time, like I said, when I really liked Digimon, and then Pokemon started going downhill for me. Yeah. But then Digimon went downhill, and the Pokemon started going up for me. Yeah. So that's the reason why now I choose Pokemon for.
I think Pokemon just stayed stale, and that's what
Pokemon went downhill for a lot of older people. Once the islands came out.
Islands.
Sun and Moon. Because the animation changed, and not a lot of the older generation like the.
It's not even that. I'm talking about even before that. Yeah. I'm talking about like Black and White.
Black and White, yeah.
Yeah,
no, Black and White wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just a lot of people lost interest by that time, and then.
I guess it made sense at that time when like a lot of older people lost interest. They swapped out the animation, and that killed off more of the older generation.
Isn't the one after that Mega?
No. Before Sun and Moon though, that's what made me go uphill for me personally. X and Y.
I'm
talking in the video games. The video games, I really enjoyed X and Y, and then it got me. And then I rewatched. Like I got back into the anime because of that for X and Y. And the X, Y, and Z anime is so good.
Oh, it's so.
Was
awesome.
That was the Mega Evolution. That was when he gets Greninja, Ash Greninja.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the animations were so good, dude.
But you know what? The animation style for going on.
No, that's you're talking about just the look of it.
Yeah, the look of it.
But then if you watch fights in Sun and Moon though, it's still really good. It's just they turned into a way more cartoony, kiddish look to it because to them it's easier to animate, and not only that, they wanted to appeal more to the kids, which made sense too. But then when you it's like kind of like you isolated the adult fan base, which they're willing to do because honestly
we were dying off.
Like there's less adult. No joke, there's still a lot of adult Pokemon fans, of course, but there's way more if you get big with the kids. That's paydirt.
You got the kids saying, "Buy me this, buy me that, buy me this."
That's paydirt. Like if you're big with the kids, it's better than being big with the adults. Actually, no joke.
And it works. It's working.
The most we'll buy as adults is the cards. Yeah, that's it.
Like the adults are a big fan base, but if you hit it with the kids, it dwarfs the adults. Actually, amazingly.
I agree with that because it's like. I don't know, when we think of the stuff that we grew up as kids, it's like they know how to hit their...
Just look at Fortnite. Let me just put it that way.
Don't even talk about Fortnite, dude.
Just look at Fortnite. Obviously,
I know it's easy.
There's adult there's adult players and streamers playing that, and they're popular and everything.
But just the majority
of the fan base, and it's younger kids.
Kids.
I learned how to run like this from Fortnite.
And look at how much. How much they make more money than the other games because of that.
That's true.
They make more money than games where you wail in, adults wailing in.
The only thing I hear about is V-Bucks too. That's like literally.
Yep.
The Fortnite money and shit.
Yeah.
Yep. So. Yeah, that's what I mean by...
You just gotta find simple games and make it popular.
Pokemon was basically trying to appeal back to the kids because the reason why was because they were starting to lose to Yokai Watch.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Sounds like Pokemon was losing.
Because Yokai Watch came out, the kids loved it, and then
that stuff was so big. Yokai Watch
in Japan. And it's not big here in the West, but it's big in Japan. Yeah. And then Pokemon was like, wait a minute.
That's why they had the stupid ass roll time thing. That's the reason why they had roll time.
Sun and Moon came out, and then they had the Z moves, and then the Z moves had the watch. Remember Yokai? They were competing directly with Yokai Watch.
That's
why they had the watch. They had the roll time that walked around with you.
Yeah, because Yokai Watch is all about this watch, and then like I don't know, you can see ghosts or whatever. And then Pokemon was like, okay, we need to compete with this watch, so we'll come up with our own watch. Where you gotta do super moves with them.
So instead of doing something new, they went with competing actually.
And they actually won. So
I mean, I don't know they're probably more popular in Japan for sure still. But I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about Yokai Watch in a while, so I'm pretty sure they died out. Or like they just stopped.
No, it's just because I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I need to go research on it because like I said, that Yokai Watch is really only big in Japan.
The only reason why we know about Pokemon is because it's a nostalgia thing at this point.
But I knew about Yokai Watch.
No, I mean like even then Pokemon I feel like Pokemon's huge worldwide. Just
Pokemon. Yeah. But like for the US though.
No.
I mean,
like I so when Pokemon Go first came out, we like and me and Chinas we played it like constantly played it. We meet these people like they just started playing Pokemon Go not too long ago,
and they didn't know about Pokemon.
They didn't know what the fuck Pokemon was.
Yeah, but I was gonna say,
and then they just get addicted.
Even then, it's surprising that Pokemon is big before like a lot of us even knew Pokemon at the time it came out because it would feel like such a niche thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you put it in Yokai Watch term, it's a lot younger, but then like even like kids here don't really know about it because I don't even think they play it here. I don't think they have an English version of it.
No.
English dub version of it.
I'm not sure.
I think they have the video games. The video games are out in English here.
Okay. They might.
I think if they have the games, I'm pretty sure they.
I don't know. But even
like you have to look for it. I feel like, you know what I mean. It's there,
like,
but you have to look for it.
Like it would only be on like Cartoon Network, or it's not even on there.
No, I don't think it's.
Yeah, you have that's what I mean. You have to look.
It could
for
be
it.
on
to look for it.
Tsunami.
No, it's not gonna be a Tsunami. Tsunami's geared towards us now. Shout out to Tsunami.
Sponsor?
I know what I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like you have to like go like it's like obscure. Like you probably go to like Funimation website, or you got to go to like some website that streams it.
Like Beyblade.
Yeah. So
you only know about it if you've seen it or you're going to look for it.
I mean like because we can't like for Pokemon, right? They showed that stuff on like on TV. On I was gonna say national TV. Is that the right thing to say? But basically, like like
basic cable.
Yeah, not even basic cable, just basic channels. Like you didn't need cable to watch Pokemon.
Yeah.
So we're able to watch that. Like that's what I'm pretty sure. You can't, you can't do that for
you
Yokai
can't do that
Watch.
no more.
Yeah. Like you can't go on channel 4 or channel at the time it was channel 23 for kids WB or whatever or Fox Kids.
They're bringing up channels.
Like, those are channels for us. Other places might have different numbers, but our numbers were like that.
Yeah.
And then like they don't play that on there, which is a problem because a lot of kids be watching stuff on those channels.
Yeah.
I don't even know how kids will find about Yokai Watch. Yeah.
Yep.
If they know about it, it's because it's
but then in Japan it plays on TV like that for them though. So that's why that's why the kids know about the Yokai.
Well, they don't know about it for us because the stuff they put on TV for kids
nowadays is disappointing. I don't keep
Teen
up to
Titan
it.
Go!
No, dude.
I don't keep. This is something else probably for you. If I don't keep up to it, I wouldn't know. But I know only because you have like younger like relatives, or right, like as in.
Well, it's not even that. Like,
as in, I'm talking about you have like niece and nephews, whatever. So
they don't even watch that stuff though.
Oh, they don't.
They don't.
How did you watch it then?
It's like
he turned on the TV.
No, it's like
that was why he watched it. Yeah.
No, it's like I swear it's like there's a couple things on Netflix that come up, and I know it's on Cartoon Network, like Uncle Grandpa and stuff like that.
Yeah. Did you just tune in randomly out of curiosity?
No, I don't know how, but I don't remember how actually. But it's like Uncle Grandpa, and then it's just other shows like that.
What the hell, Uncle Grandpa?
I want to know. I don't keep up to date.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have stuff like that. It's a lesser tier of Adventure Time.
Oh.
It's just like regular cartoons, and it's the American cartoons. It's just not what it used to be.
Yeah, that's true because they destroyed Ben 10, they destroyed Teen Titan,
and that's probably why like you said, your whatever don't even watch that because it's probably not even that good.
Yeah, because it's all about Fortnite.
Yeah,
it's all about TikTok, man.
Yeah, it's all about TikTok. It's all about TikTok.
It's whatever's
Fortnite,
on TikTok, whatever's on Netflix. And whatever they stroll on YouTube.
It's on Roblox. It's all about Roblox too.
Bro, there it is.
Minecraft is no longer.
No,
it's not Minecraft.
Minecraft is still pretty big with kids.
Yeah, but because Roblox is free.
Roblox is definitely.
Now you want the bucks. Robux.
Yeah.
And my nieces and nephews be like, "Hey, look, I could glitch through this wall." I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I love you. That's cool.
Now play some
nice.
Minecraft.
No, it's not even this. Like, thanks for showing me. I love you.
Yeah, I don't really have any younger like what is it? I mean, I do now.
Soon to be. They'll get there.
My niece is. Yeah. They're not.
She's at the age though.
My niece is turning 7 soon.
Yeah,
and she just watches cartoons basically. Actually, she's not into gaming, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, then I have a nephew. I feel like guys usually or boys get more into gaming more than girls.
Cause I think the thing with games is it's more like for boys it's more interactive.
Yeah.
So it's easier to engage into it. I don't know about girls, cause
like I said, we ain't girls, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just a common trend I kind of do see. Yeah. So I don't know if my niece will get into video games. Like I remember, I was into video games before I can even remember. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, same.
I was playing video games when I didn't when my brother would unplug the controller, give me the controller, and I thought I was playing the video game.
I remember doing that to kids.
Yeah, and because my brother told me that, I'm like, that's genius. Yeah, and I'm like, whenever I take care of little kids that when they're that young and they don't realize you unplug the controller and they think they're playing, you're like, yes, I can get away with this. And then you actually are playing the game.
Until they get to the age where they find out.
And I'll play the game. Ass.
Yeah.
How dare you do that?
I'm like, you are? No, no. Yeah.
But like, I guess for that, it was pretty funny when my brother told me that. I was just like, dang. What a genius idea.
But now it's just such a big part of our life.
What?
Games.
Yeah.
Pete, like my older siblings, they just don't understand the reason why we play games. It's like
it just depends on if they grew up. I don't think yours did probably.
No,
just a little bit.
It was like a
cool,
a passing time
small,
for them.
Like small pastime for them.
Yeah,
but they didn't really.
But for us, it was like for me specifically,
like that,
it's like it's my life, and it's like that was my
it's
passing
like
time.
it's like no, it's like this. You know how like the old OGs, their passing time is basically watching movies and TV.
Yeah.
I mean, like for us, video games is our passing time.
Yeah.
Like when you explained it was their passing time though, but like they didn't they just played it for a little bit and then they like enjoyed it.
It was like a fun thing.
It was like a quick fun thing.
Yeah.
They were done with it once they grew up.
Yeah.
That. But then what was it? Like I said, when you grow up, like I said, when you see all the OGs, they're like, man, how come you playing games all day?
All the time,
How come you watching TV all day? It's the same thing.
How dare you?
It's like, I've argued it.
Yeah, I was like, you sitting there watching TV for 6 hours straight. Why can't I sit here for 6 hours straight playing a video game?
Yeah.
I've never been a big video gamer person.
Yeah, that's exactly how I view it. I'm like,
it's funny because it's like
y'all saw it that way.
It was like, well, the thing was, I never got to win my arguments, so I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah. I understand from your point of view.
Argue with you.
For me, I'm like, no, man. If I'm right, I ain't standing down for my mom.
No, I just don't like.
Got me a computer for a reason. I'm gonna use it.
You're just sick and tired of like you don't want to get into that.
Yeah, because I know where I come from. Is whatever, you live your life, I live mine. Judge me how you want. Fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But
little deep.
It's got a little deep there, really. Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it was a good time, though, man.
Man. All right.
I think
how much time are we at? 2 hours? We're good. Damn. Okay, I was like, if we're not at 2 hours yet, then that means I'll probably would have brought up the some more topics to talk about. But I guess if we're already there, then
yeah. I was gonna say if Seal was here, 2.0, but
2.0 what?
Genshin.
Oh, then the only people who can talk about is like me, Sid, Cobry, and Sue. You guys have really not much. I'm getting back into Genshin, dude.
I want to, but man, I'm just still. Oh, fucking.
Yeah, did we? I don't think we talked about your story on camera, but
I don't think we did.
We don't have to if you don't want to. It's too sad. Let's put that way.
It's sad. My life was sad.
Yeah, but I'll get back into Genshin. I quit for a while, but I'm coming back because I have to see Six Ball. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, okay.
My first 5-star C6 character. I gotta get it.
I can't do that, man. I don't have the money for that no more.
I don't either, but I'll find it.
Who wants to buy a kidney?
I don't either, but I'll find a way.
I will sell along like that person did for Matsuri.
Oh, wow.
All right, so is that it for today? You guys got all your thoughts off the chest?
Yeah, man.
All right.
I love talking about games. We could do this another time.
Like I said, yeah, we
probably will, most likely.
Just like last week's episode when we talked about Japan, and we're going to have a future episode where we talk about Japan. And we already had a past episode where we talked about video games.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely,
yeah,
in the future, talk about video games again.
Because everything's always changing. So.
Yeah.
It was good time.
It was always changing, and like back then we were playing Apex, now we're not even playing Apex.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was a good time to talk about Shadowlands and
just because it is big news. It
is big news right now. So
that's why I wanted to talk about it. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think about all the stuff we talked about today. Hit that notification button.
What are you playing?
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it's not Genshin Impact.
All right.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Peace.